Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and greetings. Ali Shanma here. What happens when you take an RC boat, an RC quadcopter, and a tilt rotor and sandwich them together? Well, you get yourself a Wltoys Triphibian, that is 3-in-1 RC quadcopter. Now, this is a boat, this is a quadcopter, and this is a tilt rotor RC aircraft as well. Let's take a look at this quadcopter and talk about its features and see what is good and what is new in this Triphibian from Wltoys. Now basically Wltoys, this is a very neat idea. Triphibian 3-in-1 RC aircraft is going to be more fun because you can fly it, you can drive it on the sand, yes, of course, you can see the sand at this side. And lucky me, I'm in Dubai, so we have plenty of sand to see what it can do. Can it float on the sand or not? And you can also land it in the water and drive it like an RC boat. Yes, Wltoys. So Triphibian seems like a very neat idea and seems like a very fun quadcopter or RC aircraft. Now looking at the box, it has a 6-axis gyro. Now, it's kind of mumbo jumbo for many of you out there. Well, to make it short, 6-axis gyro is more stable than the 3-axis gyro. Well, don't ask me too much to dive into the technical specs of this. Let's move on. Then we have 2.4 GHz radio. That is a standard Wltoys radio, and it will fit in smaller hands perfectly, while bigger hands will feel a bit of a challenge to fit and or use this radio. Now we have 4-channel system. 4-channel simply means you have 4 different types of control, that is up and down, forward, backward, left, right, and turn around or rotation. I hope I have explained that really fast and really nice. I'm a genius, I know. And then we have the high-powered battery. How high-power battery? We don't know yet. When we'll open the box, we'll find out. Now looking at the design right here, well, it looks really amazing, but I can see the brushed geared motors there, so it's gonna be... So it's still a little bit of old school design here. Once again, mumbo jumbo of what is brushed and brushless motors and geared motors or non-geared motors. Well, I don't have time to explain that all. Go ahead, Google it, and you will find out very soon. So just to keep the things simple, brushed and geared motors, well, that's old school and kind of annoying. Well, they do save battery though, so they have their ups and downs. Anyway, looking at the picture, it says height spear on the quadcopter. I have no idea what does the word or the phrase height spear means. We'll find that out very soon when we fly this quadcopter. Enough said, let's take it outside the box and finally get to look at this Triphibian and see what is it. We'll charge the battery, bring it out and see what can it do and how long can it survive in the sands of Dubai. It's easy to post a picture of a quadcopter amazingly blowing the sands away and driving on sand, but when it comes to the reality in the deserts of Dubai, many of these RC aircraft or RC products will simply give up. Alright, so these are the contents of the box. We have a user manual, instruction manual, we have 1 set of propellers, we have battery charger and some kind of charging cable given here in this box. We have a nice little Wltoys radio control, which I said that it's good in my hands, but for people with bigger hands, they have a challenge to figure out and use this radio. And then we have this Triphibian quadcopter, which says height spear. Once again, I'm wondering what does height spear means. Anyway, so brushed motor. It makes me feel really creepy. Anyway, so we have brushed motor, and I believe these are tilt rotor. Basically, these are upward angled arms, as you can see, and they can tilt, I believe, to make the quadcopter drive on the road float on the water. As you can see, it's like a boat on the bottom here, so it can float on the water. We have pontoon kind of things here which have wheels here. These are filled with, on the bottom there's a foam which will aid or help in floating over water and not drowning. The whole quadcopter or Triphibian seems to be very nicely waterproofed, and the battery charging compartment, which I believe is back here with a kind of on-off switch, is properly sealed. And I just open it, as you can see. Now let me zoom in. You can see there's a battery charging port and an on-off switch with a jumper there. I have to read user manual to see what this jumper is. So anyway, you can charge the battery and turn the quadcopter on and off. You don't have to actually take it off. You can just press from here and turn the quadcopter on and off. And it says on a sticker here, for all the idiots like us out here, for the very first time, clueless people flying, it says must be sealed. This compartment must be sealed before each flight, because they think you will be flying it into the water every time. They should say it must be sealed before flight every time you fly on the water or land in or on the water or use it as a boat. So as you can see, it has wheels. It can actually drive on the road using the tilt of its arm. It's a boat shape, so it can land on the water and drive on the water like a boat. And it is a quadcopter, 4-rotor, so it will fly as a quadcopter as well. Triphibian, nice, neat idea, and looks like a very fun RC aircraft. Now let's just hope the performance of this RC Triphibian is as good as they have advertised. Alright, so let's talk about this little radio system right here for your Triphibian sitting right here. Let me just zoom a bit more. All these intimidating buttons for you beginners out there. So here's your Triphibian, and because it is a 3-in-1 Triphibian, that's what we are calling it. So it does have an air, land, and sea modes. So to switch air, land, and sea modes, you have a button on the top left right here on the radio. So switching your flight modes on this quadcopter is easy using this button. Now, question is, what is the difference between land and sea mode? I don't know. I still am wondering, what is the difference between land and sea mode? It's very difficult to find water in the desert here, so we will use sand as a sea mode and road as a land mode, and we'll figure it out very, very soon. Okay, anyway, next, don't worry about all these buttons. These buttons basically will change the angle of attack of your quadcopter while flying, and that means you will be changing the agility and speed of your Triphibian right here using these buttons. So you have 40%. I will suggest, if you're a beginner, first time flyer, using this button, keep the speed to the slowest levels, and your quadcopter or the Triphibian will be very easy to fly. Once your skills are improved, you can switch to 60, 80 or 100% angle of attack or agility or speed mode, and you will have more speed flying or driving this quadcopter. Triphibian, I should say. And these two buttons, well, remember, this one does not have a GPS, so these two buttons, one of them is headless mode, which is fine, headless mode, no matter where the head is pointing, left is left, right is right. But the last switch here, they should call it kamikaze or kill me mode button, because this is one key auto return to home based on compass. And trust me, based on compass, one key auto return to home has always generated or brought me funniest possible results. And in the end, I can easily conclude that's kamikaze kill me mode, because right after you press this button, your quadcopter will start flying in one direction, assuming that it's going home. I don't know, maybe it will be going to China or somewhere. So basically that is a kill me mode or kamikaze mode. Should you want to crash and get rid of your quadcopter, feel free to press that button and see if it returns to home or not. Alright, so the battery is 7.4 volt, 1200 milliamp battery. And the usage or the flight times are 6 to 7 minutes What a disappointing flight times. 6 to 7 minutes only, and charging times I'm sure are about 1 or 2 days. I mean about 40 to 50 minutes to charge a battery. Now, I have seen that the battery is completely sealed inside. What if your battery has done its life and you have to change the battery? I have no idea how many screws. I have no idea how many screws you have to open and how much trouble you have to go through to actually replace that battery. Well, if I bring it to a desert, my old desert, favorite desert spot for testing, we will have land, sand, and air modes only. We will use sand as the sea because there is no sea or water in the desert. Alright then, stay tuned for the flight testing videos of this high-speed Wltoys Triphibian. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you very much for your continued support towards my work on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel and stay updated for all the regular video uploads. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share the link over your social sites.